Would everyone please close your eyes? Imagine you're visiting your favorite country. What sounds are you hearing? Do you hear the rush of traffic? The sound of the ocean? Birds chirping? Are you making connections with your home? Do you hear music? Now slowly open your eyes. When you travel around the world, you naturally look for cultural similarities and connections with your home country. I'm Filipina but study in Indonesia, which like my country has a vast archipelago, and each island has its own unique culture. Grammy Award-winning artist Billy Joel said, "No matter what culture we're from, everyone loves music." My passion is music and playing instruments, especially the piano. And with that, I explored beyond Bali to find a culture and musical instrument in Indonesia that is closest related to the Philippines, and that led me to the Kolintang. The Kolintang is a percussion instrument from North Sulawesi consisting of a set of wooden bars struck by mallets. The instrument produces long sounds, which can reach high and low notes when struck, which is why the name Kolintang comes from the sound tong, low note, ting, high note, and tang, moderate pitch note. In the local North Sulawesi dialect, the invitation, Mangemo Kumalintang, translates to, "Let's play some tong ting tang," which later became the name of the instrument, Kolintang. The Kolintang originally consisted of a set of wooden bars placed in a row, side by side, on the legs of players who would sit on the floor. But later on in history, the Kolintang musicians preferred to play standing up. So, the Kolintang was redesigned to have a resonance box. And what a resonance box does is resonate the sound louder. The Kolintang evolved from the Kulintang, which is a series of brass gongs from southern Philippines and eastern Indonesia. I wanted to build a Kolintang out of the same material that our school is built of, bamboo, because it connects Indonesia and my home country, the Philippines. Cuban-American recording artist Gloria Estefan said, "The most beautiful thing about music is that it transcends everything." After deciding to play the Kolintang, the next challenge was to find a Kolintang master, because none could be found here in Bali. So, Pog Alex introduced me to a Kolintang master in Jakarta named Pog Marcus. So I flew to Jakarta for 5 days and had Kolintang lessons with Pog Marcus. In addition to teaching me how to play the Kolintang, Pog Marcus taught me about the instrument's history and how the Kolintang is regarded as a cultural defense tool in Indonesia because it bridges the country's modern and traditional cultures. And interestingly, Indonesia's Ministry of Defense directly oversees the National Kolintang Association, which is currently petitioning the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, to recognize the Kolintang as a part of World Cultural Heritage. The Kolintang is most commonly made out of light but strong local wood which have a parallel fiber construction. But I wanted to build a Kolintang out of bamboo, a renewable source and sustainable material. Because bamboo grows 10 centimeters per day, and when you cut it, you don't kill it. It is able to grow back very quickly. Unlike a tree, when you cut the tree, you kill the tree. Bamboo is a grass, not a tree, which is why it is able to grow back very quickly, as compared to a tree, which takes 30 years to be fully grown. Since I wanted to build the Kolintang out of bamboo, I contacted a teacher at Bamboo U, which as you might know is just across the river from Green School. So, I walked across the Millennial Bridge to meet up with my teacher, Paco Zue, and started to plan out how to build the instrument. We began by drawing a sketch of what the instrument should look like and planned out the dimensions. Then, I chose what type of bamboo the instrument would be made out of. The types of bamboo I chose were patungatam for the bars and bamboo bono for the bamboo amplifiers. Patung comes in two colors, black and blonde, and is usually used for construction. All the columns at Green School are made out of blonde patung, and it is patung that holds up the heart of school. But I wanted to build a Kolintang out of black patung because I like the color better. And bamboo bono is usually used to make furniture like tables and desks. Then we started by sanding both types of bamboo and cut the patungatam to make bars out of it based on the dimensions we had. But we had to be a little more careful cutting the patungatam because the outside is really sharp and is easy to get a paper cut because the outside layer, silica, is like sharp glass. The fibers inside the bamboo are more dense on the outside, which is why it's really sharp. Then we sawed and cut the bamboo bono and made bamboo amplifiers out of it by cutting holes in the middle of the bamboo so that the sound can go through. And this is the instrument we built. Building this instrument took about 9 hours, and I learned so much about bamboo. This was a hands-on project. I learned how to saw, cut, and drill bamboo. But there were some challenging parts during making this instrument, like getting the right notes were difficult and doesn't sound that good. But we still managed to get different notes based on the diameter and length on the different keys. They're not perfect, but overall the finished product is pretty decent, and I have so much appreciation for instrument builders and craftsmen. The art of making an instrument, getting the right notes, tones, and vibrations, takes a lot of experience to master. When you go to an orchestra or even a gamelan performance, you usually think of the skill of the musician. But now, because of the experiences I had, going to Jakarta and learning from a Kolintang master, going to Bamboo U and building an instrument, learning about a different culture and reconnecting it to my home, I now not only appreciate the musicians, but also the people who build the instruments. In fact, I hope that this is the start of my discovery of the music of indigenous people around the world. I know that every culture has their own music and traditional instruments, like Thailand's kim, the Japanese wadaiko, the Filipino gambal, and many more. And it's impossible to explore all of them in a lifetime, but I'll try to explore as much as I can. A good website to check out is UNESCO's collection of traditional music. There are 127 albums from music all around the world. I would like to say thank you to my Kolintang master in Jakarta, Pag Marcus, my Green School teachers, Pag Dave, Pag Lance, and Ibu Negla, the people at Bamboo U, Ibu Leticia, and Paco's Way, and everyone who supported me. Thank you.